So yeah, it's a new way to engage the forex market again. So this is a quick message to a struggling trader out there. And it's a reminder that you are not alone in this journey. You are never alone. It's a new way to face yourself, to face your fears, man, to face your beliefs, to face your identity, to face your mind. Man, it's actually a tough journey, man. It's actually a tough journey, and not everybody actually go through this journey. And if you are out there going through this journey, going through this struggle, man, then you are one of one. You are one of one. You are not alone in this journey. The market has a way of breaking us traders, especially new traders, struggling traders. The market will break you, the market will test you, the market will test your ego, it will test your emotions, it will test your fears. It's actually a fierce spiritual battle, it's a fierce mental battle. The market is not about the chart. You have to remember that it is not about the chart, it is about you. It always reflects yourself back to you. So it's a battle of the mind. And actually, it is not something that you can achieve fast. It's a gradual process that you have to keeping on, even in the faces of the losses and the faces of the drawdowns and the faces of the uncertainties. You have to understand that you have to keep going on, even though you don't feel like going ahead and going on. You have to keep going. You have to convince yourself that, man, this journey is a long journey. It's actually a long journey, and you have to understand that you are not alone in this journey. So that's the message I have for new traders. And also, you have to give yourself time. You have to give yourself a break. You have to give yourself a break when break is needed. If you need to step out of the chart and relax your mind and reassess your mind, reassess yourself, it's very important that you give yourself a break. And I'm sure that you're gonna know when you need to give yourself a break. You need to step out of the chart, step out of yourself, and try to understand more about yourself, about your emotions, about your triggers, about your fears. Learn about yourself. It is important. Study yourself, study your identity, study what triggers your emotions, study your mindset, study your thoughts. That's the real challenge. You can go all and solving the wrong problems, and you can actually get stuck in solving the wrong problems in trading. It is actually real, and most people get stuck in that. You can actually get stuck solving the wrong problem. I say it again. So you have to understand the real problem in trading. You have to understand the real problem in trading, because there's actually a thin line between solving the wrong problem and solving the right problem. You can actually get stuck in solving the wrong problem for a very long time without your conscious awareness of it. When you study yourself, when you study your emotions, when you study your identity, plus your experience in the market, when you recognize the wrong problem and the right problem, you have to start working on solving the right problems in trading. And the right problem is yourself that is looking at the chart. It's not the other way around. It's a paradox, man. It's a fucking paradox that you might not be able to decipher it if you are not conscious, you are not aware. And it takes experience too. You have to constantly expose yourself to the market. You have to constantly, get to know more about the market, trade in the market before you can gain these experiences. And exposing yourself to the market means putting your money on the line. And when money is involved in the market, as when our emotions comes up, That's when you begin to misbehave under pressure. That is when you begin to give into your mind to control you, to give into your emotions to control you. So we are trading with funds, we are trading life, and you have to understand that you're gonna lose money in getting that experience. Money is actually the fee. Your money is actually the fee that you are paying to learn about yourself, to get more experience in the market. So don't get discouraged when you lose money. Just understand that it is a fee that you are paying for your future. You have to understand that it is a fee to understand more about yourself, to gain the experience that you need to do better later on. You are trading into the future. You actually cannot get the experience that you seek right now. You cannot. You have to go through the process first. You have to go through the experience first. Going through the experience is very important. There are a couple of things in this life that you can only learn them through experience, through your personal experience, and trading is one of them. You can read books, you can listen to podcasts, you can listen to YouTube channels, you can have a mentor, and still yet, without your own personal experience, without going through different market conditions, you still cannot grasp a lot of things in the market. So it is important for you to understand that even during the losses, even when you are facing the losses, you are taking the losses, you have to have it at the back of your mind that you are literally just paying your way into the future, paying your way to get experience. And learning how to trade in the forex market is actually more about inner work. A lot of people will not see the work that you are doing, but only you understand the work that you are going through. It is important not to get overwhelmed, not to get discouraged, even through the losses. The losses will come. You cannot actually avoid the losses. The drawdowns will come. There will be a time where you will feel down, you will feel discouraged, you will feel bad about yourself. That is just the market teaching you. But if you remain a student, if you remain a fervent student in that market, then definitely the market is going to reward you someday. But the question is, can you hold up until that day? Can you actually hold up until the day comes? Can you go through the losses? Can you go through the experience? Can you go through the learnings and all of that to get to where you are going, to get your result that you want to get in the market? So to a trader out there, don't get discouraged even though the market is testing you right now. That is what it does, to test your patience, to test your discipline, to test your state of mind. It's a lot of mental work. It's a lot of spiritual work. It is you versus you. You have to always remember that. It's a tough journey, man. I won't even lie. It's a tough, very tough journey. Especially when you're coming from survival mode. I'm sure a lot of traders out there to understand what I'm trying to say. It's a very tough journey, but we are still gonna keep going, man, because I don't think there's any other way around it than going through the experience, than experiencing the market, different market conditions by yourself. I don't think there's any other way to gain this experience than going through it. And through going through it is taking losses. You're gonna take losses, man, bro. You're gonna take losses. That is constant. But as you gain more experience, then you begin to understand how to control these losses. So when you start controlling your losses, starting to gain experience on how to control your losses, then the market will start rewarding you. But until then, don't stop. Keep pushing. But if you need to rest, if you need to, just relax and take some break, it is important to take some break. You cannot fight the market. You cannot win the fight. Fast. If you want it fast, if you want the result fast, then that is when your journey will become slower. slow is fast in forex. When you want it fast, then your journey becomes slower. But if you take things slow, we take things bit by bit, one experience after the other, then I guess that will make your journey come faster, and that will hasten your profitability. So trade composed, stay composed. We need to relax. We need to rest and take a break. You have to understand that it is important. The market is not going anywhere. But still, don't stop believing. Don't stop trading. Keep going. Start trader. See you in my next video, man.